Welcome everyone, I'm Ahmed Shukri, a Reyee post-sales engineer. If you have ever wanted to fully understand Captive Portal and all its features, this is the ultimate video for you. We will break down everything you need to know about user authentication, network access control, and quota management, ensuring you can provide a secure and efficient internet access for your clients. Captive Portal can be deployed using our Wi-Fi 6 access points or our Reyee easy gateways. But for full control for user quotas, an easy gateway from Reyee is required. If your network includes both Wi-Fi 5 and Wi-Fi 6 access points, adding an easy gateway is essential to serve as the network's master. However, if you are running a pure Wi-Fi 6 access point and already have another gateway from another brand, okay, there is no need to replace it. But here is the thing. If you try our easy gateway, we are confident you will want to replace any other brand with ours. You will see the difference. Now, let's jump into the Reyee Cloud and explore the 5 Captive Portal authentication methods that we offer. Stay tuned as we break down each method step by step. Welcome to the Reyee Cloud platform. Let's begin by navigating to the project we will be working on. Now we will go to Authentication and Accounts. Then move to Captive Portal. Add Captive Portal. First, we will set the name. Step 1 will be the policy mode. By default, we select Cloud Authentication, which is the most commonly used option. There are 2 other modes, Local Authentication and External Authentication, which we will cover in a separate video. Step 2, Authentication Device. Here we have 2 options. Option 1, Easy Gateway. If our project includes a Reyee gateway, we choose this option. Option 2, Access Point. If there is no Easy Gateway, but the project consists entirely of Reyee Wi-Fi 6 access points, we select this option. But here an important note. If the project is a mix of Wi-Fi 5 and Wi-Fi 6 access points, we must use Reyee Gateway and select Gateway at the authentication device. Step 3, selecting the network. If we choose Gateway, then the network is selected by VLAN or IP segment, like here, VLAN or IP segment. If we select Access Point, the network is chosen by SSID rather than IP segment. We can create SSID very easily. To show you device configuration, under wireless section, choose SSID. Just add a new one. We will name it as a first. This SSID will be added automatically to the default VLAN. We can go back to Authentication and Accounts, Captive Portal, add Captive Portal, and choose AP. Here we will find the SSID instead of the VLAN or the IP segment. Now that we have configured the basics, let's move on to the next steps. I hope this explanation has helped you understand the process clearly. Stay with me as we go through the next steps. Now that we have completed the previous steps, let's move on to the Seamless Online option. This feature ensures that once a device goes offline and reconnects to the Wi-Fi, it can access the network again without requiring authentication. You can set the duration based on your specific needs. Next, we have Portal Escape. Enabling this option ensures that if there is an issue with the authentication server, authentication will be bypassed, allowing all clients to connect directly to the internet without interruption. Now, let's move on to one of the most exciting parts, customizing our authentication page. This is where we can personalize the login experience to match our brand and enhance the user experience. Click on Add Page to begin. Here, the first option we see is one-click login, which provides a seamless way for users to connect. We can set the session duration, choosing from unlimited access, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or custom period based on our needs. We can also limit the number of times that the same device can use this option within a day. Lastly, we have bandwidth control, allowing us to define upload and download speeds for users. You might be wondering, why choose one-click login? Let me explain. Imagine a visitor arrives at your location, a client in your office, or a guest in your hotel, or a customer in your restaurant without internet access. With this option, they can connect instantly without any complicated steps. But there is more. One-click login is also a powerful marketing tool. You can showcase your products, promote your brand, highlight your hotel services, display your restaurant menu, or advertise as special offers, all directly on the login page. Let's dive in and see how to set it up. If we scroll down, you will find the advertisement option. First, you will need to activate it. Next, under the type section, you can choose between picture or video, depending on your needs. You can also set the display duration in seconds, controlling how long the ad appears. Additionally, you have the option to enable or disable the skip button. Keep in mind that this advertisement appears before the client login to the Captive Portal page. However, once the client completes the authentication process and successfully connects, they will be redirected to the next page. The second key option here is the post-login URL. This feature automatically redirects your guests to a specific web page after they click on the one-click login option. You can customize this by adding a link to your website, online menu, Facebook page, Instagram profile, or any other destination that fits your needs. Both the post-login URL and the advertisement option are powerful tools for promoting your business and enhancing your brand visibility. They allow you to engage with your visitors even before they connect to your network. Now, let's bring this to life with a real-world scenario. But first, let's complete the design of your Captive Portal page. Now, let's customize the portal visual settings to match your brand identity. First, you can replace the Reyee Cloud logo with your own. Next, adjust the logo position to fit your design preference. One of the most important settings is the background. Choose from Reyee's built-in designs. Upload your own. Or select a solid color with a full customization. We can change the background color. You can also add a welcome message for your guests. We can make it in a bigger size. Finally, personalize the colors of your welcome text, buttons, and button text to align with your brand theme. Let's move forward and fine-tune these settings. I will upload my logo. I will upload my picture as a background. Just give it a name. And here we go. Just press on OK. You have a huge variety of customization options. to make your captive portal truly match your brand, from logos and backgrounds to colors and welcome messages. Everything is designed to be simple and user-friendly. Now, let's bring all of this to life with a real-world scenario to see how it works in action. Setting up your authentication page is incredibly simple. I now apply the Captive Portal we just created to an SSID and show you how it works in action. First, let's create a new SSID on the default VLAN. It's quick and easy. Go to Device Configuration, then Wireless, and select SSID. We already added a new one before. Since we will be using the Captive Portal, no password is needed. The authentication will be handled by our Captive Portal. No encryption here. Now, let's test it. From my laptop, I'll connect to the new SSID. As you can see, the advertisement section appears first, displaying the 3 images we uploaded. The skip option activates after 3 seconds. Now I'll press on the one-click login button. And here we go. I'm automatically redirected to the post login URL we configured. That's how seamless and powerful this feature is. Now let's move on to the second and third options, voucher and account. And both of them can be easily configured through user management on our Ruijie Cloud platform. Let's jump in and take a closer look at how it works. Now let's explore user management within the Ruijie Cloud platform. With our mouse pointer, we will navigate to authentication and accounts once again, but this time we will select user management. Here we have full control over account creation and voucher management, allowing us to efficiently configure and manage user access. Let's dive in and see how it works. Before we jump into creating accounts or vouchers, there is an important step we need to cover first. You will need to set up user profiles, also known as user groups, on our system. These profiles determine the permissions and limitations for different users. Let me show you how to do it. Now let's set up user groups, the foundation for managing accounts and vouchers. Click on user group, then add to create a new template. Enter the user group name to identify this category. For example, I will make it as a 10 giga. 3, which is optional, is the price. Set a price if needed. Number 4, define concurrent devices. This controls how many devices a single account or voucher can connect simultaneously. For example, if a hotel guest checks in, the receptionist can ask how many devices they want to connect. For example, will be 1 device. Number 5, choose the usage period. This determines how long the voucher or account remains active. For example, will be 30 minutes. And finally, the most powerful feature, quota limitation. This sets a data cap for users, ensuring they don't exceed their allowed internet usage before the system automatically disconnects them. One important thing to remember, quota limitation in our Captive Portal requires a Reyee easy gateway. Even if your entire network consists of Wi-Fi 6 access points, you still need the gateway for this feature to work. Now let's move forward. I'll set the quota depending on the user group name, 10 giga. Here I can choose custom and add the 10 giga, maximum upload rate and maximum download rate. These settings control the bandwidths allocated to your guests, ensuring fair usage. I'll set this one as a 2 mega and this one will be as a 5 mega. Binding MAC address on the first use. This option determines whether the device is logged to a voucher or an account upon first connection. If disabled, which is the default, a user can connect with their phone on the first day and then switch to their laptop next day after disconnecting the phone. If enabled, the first connected device, for example our phone, gets permanently linked to the account or the voucher, preventing usage on any other devices. Binding to the SSID or to the network. When enabled, user in this group can only access the internet through a specific SSID or network. For example, here we will choose this VLAN or this network. Last option here is client disconnect. When concurrent client access is limited, this one. Concurrent devices is limited, not unlimited, is limited. New users cannot connect once the limit is reached. Enabling client disconnection allows you to manually disconnect existing clients to free up space for new ones. But here there is an important note. If MAC binding is enabled, which is this one, it is not recommended to enable client disconnection. And also, this feature is supported by the local authentication on our Reyee EG or our Reyee Easy gateways, as well as cloud authentication. Now, let's walk through a real-world scenario. To make everything clearer for you, we will see exactly how these settings come into play and how you can apply them in a practical situation. What I'll do now is to create 2 SSIDs and also I'll create 2 user profiles and then we will test our options. So stay focused. First, I'll create a new SSID bound to a specific VLAN. We will go for network-wide network, then add wireless VLAN. Here the first name will be bind MAC with no encryption. Next, we will make the VLAN for this one is 100. Next, and apply. Now it's supposed to appear here now. Bind MAC. Second, I'll create another SSID bound to a different VLAN. Client disconnect with no encryption. Next. Press next. Supposed to appear here now. Client disconnect here. Now I'll enable Captive Portal for both VLANs. Go to authentication and accounts, Captive Portal. Add Captive Portal. Here, first one will be bind MAC. Network will be 100. Add page, policy name, bind MAC. We will use a voucher, press OK. I'll choose it. Now I'll add another Captive Portal for the other one. Will be applied to VLAN 200. Add your page. OK. Choose it. Press OK. Now we need to create the 2 user profiles and also bind the 2 vouchers for both of them. Go to authentication and accounts, user management, user group. First one will be through bind MAC address on first use. User group name, bind MAC. Here it will be only one device. Maximum upload rate can be 2 mega and maximum download rate we can make it as a 5 mega. Go down, press OK. Another user profile, client, also one device. Make this as a 10 mega and here also as a 10 mega. Here we will enable client disconnect. Press OK. Now the turn to create vouchers. Add voucher, we only need one. User group, first one will be bind Mac. Press OK. Another one. Also we need only one. User group, client disconnect. Press OK. Okay, we can test our speed test first. Okay, this is my ISP speed test. I can create an SSID on the default VLAN. Device configuration, SSID. Add another one. Speed test. And this one will be added to the default VLAN. Okay, let me connect to it. Speed test. Connect. Okay, we can try our speed test now. Our workspace, view topology. You will see that I am connecting two WANs from two different ISPs. Have a bandwidth speed around 40 mega. As you can see here, there is a combination or link aggregation or the WAN aggregation for speed test because we are connecting two different WANs. Each of them with a bandwidth around 40 megabit per second. And we are making something called load balancing and WAN aggregation. Okay, let's go back. Authentication and accounts, user management. Here we will go to the vouchers. First, I'll try from my phone to connect to the first one, which is bind Mac, and we can check it. Now I'm supposed to be connected from my mobile phone. We can make refresh here. You see this one here is now in use. Okay, now I'll try to connect from this laptop to the same SSID, bind Mac, and I'll try to use the same voucher, and we will check the result. Okay. Enter the same voucher, login, the number of stations exceed the limit. So, bind MAC address will be only bound to the first use. This was our first test. Let's move to the second one. Now I'll connect from the same mobile phone to this SSID, client disconnect, and we will use this voucher. Let me try to connect from my mobile phone again. Okay, now my mobile phone supposed to be connected to this SSID. Now the status is not used. I refresh. Now it's in use. Okay, you can check here. Created ads, activated ad, and expired ad, we make it unlimited. Devices 1 of 1. Bind MAC address no. Now from this laptop, I'll try to connect it to this SSID, client disconnect, and use the same voucher. Let's try it. Client disconnect. Connect. Here he asked me for the voucher. I'll add the same one, login. He asked you, here client limit exceeded. Sorry, the terminal for this account has exceeded its limit. To log it normally, please remove a terminal from the table below or contact the administrator. Now I'll disconnect my mobile phone, press OK, and now press on login again. And here we go. Now we are connected to client disconnect. I can move back here, make refresh, and here I can make a name, laptop. And this one is phone. You can see exactly how it works in action. The last option here, which is this one, bind SSID or bind to a specific network. If we enabled it, he will ask you which VLAN you want to assign. Okay, if I choose this one and a client connected to this VLAN through this user group or through this user profile, he will not be able to connect to any other SSIDs. If you want to ask me how you will get it in the real scenario, let me tell you, some employees under some Wi-Fi restrictions, such as limitations the speed for download and upload, can connect to different SSID to disable these restrictions. But here, with this option, you will beat them. Now that we have successfully set up and tested our user groups or our user profiles, it's time to move on to the next step, creating vouchers and accounts. Reyee offers a seamless and efficient way to manage this process, making your work much easier and more convenient. Let's dive in and see how it's done. I'll press on voucher and then select add voucher. Here I can set the quantity. I can create any number of vouchers based on my needs. For this example, I'll generate 10 vouchers. Next, I'll apply the voucher to a specific user group. We can create new one easily. Moving to advanced settings, we have the first option, which is a voucher code type. We can choose between numeric only, alphabet only, or mix of both. Second option is the voucher length. We can control the length of the voucher code, whether it is 6 letters, 7 numbers, or custom format. With these settings, we can customize the voucher system to fit our exact needs. Now that we have created our vouchers, we have several useful options. First one, printing vouchers. After selecting the vouchers, we can print them instantly. Number 2, reset expired vouchers. Instead of wasting printed papers, we can reset expired vouchers and reuse the same printed copy. Number 3, assign voucher names. We can label each voucher with the customer's name to track who is using which voucher. Number 4, export to Excel. We can export an Excel sheet containing all voucher details. All of this is seamlessly managed through our user-friendly cloud platform. Now let's see it all in action. First point is printing vouchers. Simply we can select the vouchers and press print. We can upload a custom text or upload your logo to be printed on the voucher. Just press on add logo and upload it easily. If you need to print multiple vouchers on one page, enable compact mode. Press OK, save it as PDF, and print it. Second point with us is the voucher management. Easily reset, disable, and delete. Check the status of each voucher, whether it is unused or in use. Assign a guest name to each voucher for better tracking. View activation and expiration times for each voucher. Third point is the bulk management and exporting. Under the More section, you can delete or reset multiple vouchers at once. We can delete or reset. Finally, export your voucher sheet to keep all details in an Excel file for easy record keeping. Everything has been smooth and straightforward so far. Now let's move on to the next step, account creation and how to efficiently import multiple accounts in bulk. Let's dive in and explore how Reyee makes this process seamless and efficient. Now let's move to account creation. Just press on account, then add. It's an easy process. Set the username and password. Assign it to a specific user group. This account can also be used for VPN connections when setting up a client-to-site VPN for bulk account creation. If you already have an Excel sheet with usernames and passwords, you can simply download our template, fill in the details, and import it effortlessly. Our main goal is to save your time and effort by eliminating the need to manually recreate a new sheet for your employees. Now let's move on to the fourth Captive Portal option, SMS authentication. With seamless integration with Twilio, these features allow you to send an OTP, one-time password, directly to the user's phone number for authentication. To use this feature, you will need create an account with Twilio and get your subscription to enable SMS authentication. And now let's talk about the king, the fifth and the final Captive Portal option, registration. This has been one of the most requested features by our clients. It allows you to collect valuable users' data before granting an internet access or Wi-Fi authentication. This option is particularly useful for businesses that want to send advertisements about products and services, share invitations for events, distribute vouchers or promotional offers. With the registration feature, you can collect essential details such as username, phone number, email, or even custom fields depending on your needs. All of this can be done effortlessly. Now, let's go through the steps to set it up. First, navigate to Authentication and Accounts. Then go to Captive Portal. Click Add Captive Portal, then select Add Page. Now choose Registration. Add the authentication method. Press OK to save the configuration. Select the network, which will be the default. Now I'll create an SID. It will be added to the default VLAN also. With no encryption, press OK. Now let's test it. I'll connect to the network from my laptop to see the registration process in action. As you can see, the portal is now prompting me to enter my name and phone number and my email before gaining access. Now let's take it a step further. With the registration feature, you can easily collect client data and use it later to send emails or SMS messages, helping you stay connected with your clients. This is a great way to build relationships, share updates, and even promote special offers. Let's see how it works in action. First, we will navigate to Authentication and Accounts, then click on User Management. Second, select Registration, and here you will find all the collected client information. You can export the data sheet easily and use it later for marketing, follow-ups, or customer engagement. That's how simple it is to manage and utilize your client data efficiently. Now let's explore the other available option that is not set at the default. This will give us more flexibility in customizing the registration feature to better suit different business needs. Let's check it out. Now for the exciting part. Move again to Authentication and Accounts, Captive Portal, and we can here make an edit. Go here and you can make edits. Registration input fields on the first time was set to the default. We didn't add it to a user group, and we didn't add any custom parameters. You are not limited to just collecting a name, phone number, or email. You can add extra fields like gender or any other custom parameters based on your needs. Even better, you can make these fields mandatory to ensure you will gather all the necessary data from your clients. We can apply this to a specific user group. And here, as you can see, they requested the gender also, beside your name and your phone and your email. Now, here is one of the most powerful features. Imagine you are managing a Wi-Fi for a hotel, a company, or a co-working space where guests are constantly connecting throughout the day. As an IT manager, you can't always be available to handle